Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Bando. You may notice I've been a bit quiet lately. Main reason is I've been farming like crazy to get my Bando 82 and 81 finished. Tonight I'm going to show our War Win 215, which puts us at a 33 streak. Doing well. Someone's just changed their clan to Australia and unfortunately knocked us back to number 11. So, watch this space. Hopefully we get up there. You can see Monkey, it's a UK clan. Didn't do too well, but they actually did knock off a 3-star on GoVaHo, our Town Hall 10, by one of their Town Hall 11. So it was 3 Town Hall 11 bases to 2 with the Town Hall 10. So they did that well. Unfortunately, they only hit the 1-star on Dynamo, and then they didn't really follow through with their 8s and 9s. So unfortunately put them at quite a backward step for us. We only had 2 stars on their 11s and then 3 stars on everything else. Not really needing many hit downs for us. So it was a good war for our Town Hall 9s. They didn't have a lot of huge bases for their 9s. I'll show a couple, but on this war I'm going to show, you can see where are we, Pirate. I normally use Pirate as Town Hall 9 clearers, but this war I've attacked Pirate onto their number 1 and 2, and I'm going to show those attacks and the thought process behind why I did what I did. So you can see here on a pause, it's quite an easy Town Hall access. So getting to that Town Hall is quite easy. It's a matter of how are you going to get to 50%. So what I've done is I've taken minions, I've taken loons, I've also taken archers. And you can see I start off with archers on the left-hand side. It's just 2, that's just to start. You can see I start with a couple minions down the bottom. We'll speed this up. And then you see on the top there, archers, more minions. Getting this percentage, you always do these parts of an attack first because it determines whether you need to hold anything back from your main force, and also the eagle and the clan castle. So you see there, I used 2 minions on that cannon. The main reason was to draw off that blower fire, and then 3 loons on that archer tower. Now that's 15 troop space for 1 archer tower. That's quite a bit. But that then opens up all of those elixir collectors on the side there to minions and all of that. So I need that archer tower down. And you can see I use a couple minions later. Lots of outside traps. So an earthquake to start off with, and then followed into a jump for the main contingent. So the earthquake's just to soften up that Town Hall and to make sure I get that dead. So you see 2 golems. Lots of wall breakers sprinkled in, quite a few minions, a few level 3 Valks as well as Clan Castle Valks, and then the heroes 2 rages for that. So only the 5-second freeze, but that was just enough to trickle everything into. You can see only the level 15 heroes, so they're not big heroes, they're not going to do a whole lot, and then a few hogs as well for the side. So fairly good in the mid 50s for percentage wise. 55 was it to finish off, so only level 15. So these are the kinds of things that if you can use your low Town Hall 10s, excuse me, a little bit of the hiccup case. If you can use your low 10s for things like this, that opens them up and gives your Town Hall 11s a good chance to be able to play around, muck around, and get a higher either percentage or have a go at 3-star. Now you can see with this base here, I've chosen to use dragons. So Pirate does have max dragons, he doesn't have any max freeze, but does have the lightning. So for this combo here, you can see the 2 blowers, where are they? 1 either side below that Town Hall. So you see they're not actually pushing off the Town Hall directly, but there's not a lot of free buildings. They're covered quite well. You can see all of the expos are on ground. That's becoming a very common thing on Town Hall 11 bases. So you need to go, well, okay, what can I do to this base? And dragons for Pirate was a very good and real possibility. I've started with a few archers on the side there to get those exposed camps, and then I've gone the heroes onto the left-hand side. Where are they? The old 15 king and queen. Earthquake to remove that air defense, and to do a little bit of, lightnings with 1 earthquake. Now that was a personal earthquake. Pirates only got the level 2. And then a max donated earthquake to knock off a few hit points on the eagle, the Town Hall, and the blower. So good to get a little bit of open damage. Now I've used those heroes early to just to get a couple buildings down and to force those dragons to turn them into the centre, which is the town hall. So the Queen has done that job. She's going to make sure she turns around. Unfortunately, she turned around. She will kill that Archer Tower. Now you can see, we'll just pause that. A lot of those damage on those dragons is from the eagle and from the splash. So keep in mind, when an eagle splashes, if it's on a like unit, it's going to do massive damage to that like unit as well. So they really do bust a nut on the old dragons at the start. So you can see the Queen did really, really well getting that last Archer Tower down. And those 3 rages to get those dragons going crazy. You see not many hit points left. They're taking a lot of damage. And then the dragons get that town hall just. Looks like you've got plenty of dragons left, but not really much DPS, unfortunately. Dragons, they're more of a tank and a low DPS unit. So you need to go, well, okay, how do I speed this up? And I had nothing left in the bag. No minions or anything like that, unfortunately. So it was just a matter of hope to get that 50%, and you can see the dragons just sort of getting in there, and the 50%, the big 2-star. So I did actually hit that base with Valks on my second attack with Bando 81, with Bando 80, but stuffed it. What I'm going to show now is just the variation on this. So this is Clan Mascot, Bigger Heroes, Town Hall 11, extra Warden. The Warden will be on air. And Mascot's gone with a Mimic with a slight difference and hitting the Earthquake down the bottom there. So just the one Earthquake and then a Haste to go with it. And I'm going to leave that that top air defense and the Loons and Dragons with the first rage. We'll get into that. So a little bit extra done with the heroes, but not really much different. You see, same sort of effect. But with that Warden's special ability, the Eternal Tome, I've managed to keep those dragons alive for much longer, and they've gone, which looked like further through the base. A few minions down the bottom there would have been nice, but even with that extra ward and with that extra sort of push, they don't go that much further. It's sort of funny, you know, I hit 50% with Pirate and then 59% with Clan Mascot. So, yeah, not much of a difference with there. It was interesting to be able to have the chance and time to run those 2 accounts and see the differences. So let's show a couple of Town Hall 9s to finish it off. And this was all central for the air defences. And I've gone with bent over for a PentaHound. So removing out those bottom air defences with the 1 Earthquake, that's going to leave a donated haste spell, which is good, but there's still 2 air defense and of course the Clan Castle to get, and the Queen, she's on full health. So yeah, it's just a matter of trying to use these small heroes, level 10 King, level 8 Queen, just to try and get out that dragon to start off with and hope for the best from there. So you just see the good old drop, 4 hounds to start off with, not going to use that haste straight away. Now, luckily enough, those Loons do get to dump on the Queen's head. That gets rid of her, drops her out, and that 1 haste spell goes down. So, probably a little bit early on that last lot of Loons. Those Loons for that Wizard Tower would have been nice. You can see it's on bugger all health, but it's really going to hurt at the end there. So, just the 1 hound left. There it goes. Oh, no, sorry, there was 2 hounds left. So, not much health left on the old hound that's remaining, but just the 1 Loon to get through. So lots of minions, lots of pups, a few barbarians left over from the King's Rage. So yeah, that was a good take on that base. That was their second Town Hall 9. And we'll have a look now at Phoenix on his attack on their number 6. And this was a GoVaHo. He did have a Queen Walk. So you can see max defense base 65k. Sorry, so you do have the 1 lower Expo. And both the Expos are lower. I did watch this, but I thought it was a max base, only a 65k base. So you can see early on we knew that we were going to be able to out Town Hall 9 these guys. It was just a matter of hoping that the Town Hall 11s, that we managed to either get 1 3-star or hope they didn't hit a 3-star on our Town Hall 10. But they did, and they just couldn't do the Town Hall 9. So, you know, one thing I always say to my guys, building a base is half a war. If you build good bases, people don't smash your bases early, they use up attacks, then you're going to give yourself a much better chance. And definitely proved this war to be the case. They struggled very early and didn't even bother attacking a lot of them at the end. So, kill squad there for Shine. A few Valks as well. Hogs for the back end. He did have the 2 heals. He did use both poisons, so he won't be able to poison out those skellies, but he absolutely smashed the rest of the base. The good old Max Queen and Max Jimmy Bob doing the damage. Lots of clean up troops, lots of damage. So, yeah, great raid. Phoenix, all round a good war for us. It was only a small 20 versus 20, whereas the current war we have at the moment is a 40 versus 40. So we've gone and taken a few accounts from our feeder clan to show them a little bit of experience. And we've got a pretty good queue with Angel Slayer. They've got a slight top Town Hall Order base above us, but we have a big advantage on Town Hall 9. So yeah, look forward to showing that war recap next. Other than that, as always, hope you guys learnt something and clash on. You got